Hi guys, it's me again. Still don't know what this channel is going to be about, but whatever. At this point, I don't even know anymore. So one day out of nowhere, I just randomly decided to start playing Shin Megami Tensei game. Not a mainline number entry, but a spin-off, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner, released in 1995 on Sega Saturn and 2005 on PSP. I'm going to be playing the whole game on PSP in Japanese entirely, since this game has not yet been translated into English. I'm not really a big fan or expert of SMT franchise, as I have only played a few Megaten games like Shin Megami Tensei 1, Persona 1, and Persona 5. That's my entire history with this game franchise, and I am excited to try this game out for myself. Hopefully you guys will also be able to enjoy this video from a new perspective of a fairly newcomer trying to figure out what the heck is going on in Hirasaki City while taking a role of a cool-ass job known as Devil Summoner. But before starting the game, we gotta do what we gotta do. I searched up the internet quickly to give our character the canon name Kusunoha Kyoji. I try to play with a canon name or default name as much as I can in games, but this time, there are only 3 spaces available to me, so I had to resort to writing with kanji. But then, I just have to give up after seeing a sea of kanjis available, so I just have to go with Kusuha Kyoji instead with katakanas. Next, you will have to put your code name, which will appear in better interface. I gave it KK from the first initials of each name because I'm a simple man. Next is location. I use the default location Hirasaki City, Asahi District. And finally, occupation. When I play RPGs, I genuinely take the roleplay aspect seriously, so I decided to be honest and chose jobless. Then you will talk with the red man on GDSnet, who will be important again later, so try to talk to him every time you finish exploring dungeons. He is another source of information provider, which you will find many scattered throughout this game. After that, you will talk with Harano Kumiko, your quote-unquote girlfriend, and that you guys will be meeting today. At first, she decided to meet in front of a statue, which people called it Dancing Body Conscious Statue, or whatever that is. But then she thought it is too common of a meeting place, so she changed the location to Afro Cafe with an orange roof. Enter the Afro Cafe, and you will see an Afro guy who is a bartender. But Kumiko is not here, so wait for her after you order hot coffee or whatever you want and watch the TV. It is a baseball match between Hirasaki and Tokyo, which ended with Hirasaki winning 5-0. Yay! Kumiko arrived late, so she apologized and asked you what she should drink. I chose orange juice because it suits her hair color or not. I don't know, I'm colorblind. She's then mad that I suggest her to drink orange juice, so I told her to drink coffee, and now she is happy again. Like, why even ask if you know what you want to drink in the first place, Kumiko? Never mind, she told me to pay attention to the news. They are talking about redevelopment plans for Hirasaki City, led by certain Diet member Yamajiro. Kumiko then asked your opinion about all of this first. I just decided to stay silent because I have no comment. Our date is not done yet. She says she wants to go to the library to find a book which she needs to write a report for the presentation she will be doing soon at her school. I'm a self-proclaimed good boyfriend material, so I obliged to her request and went along with her to the library. There she wanted to borrow a book called Japanese Ancient Civilization Theory and then she asked me if I know what that book was about. I genuinely don't know, so I said no, and she just accepted the reality rather quickly and tell me that this book covers the topic of ancient civilization where people used magic, written by Professor Azuma. Take it to the librarian to borrow the book, but she forgot her library card, so I had to offer her mine like a good boyfriend that I am, and she is happy. Good. After that, she told me if I want to tag along with her to the school, which of course I'm down for, so let's get going already. Enter the school through the back entrance, and Kumiko is surprised that I know the routes the only student of this school know to take when they want to ditch school, even though I'm not a student. Yeah, for a moment I forgot I was jobless and not a student. It appears she has some business with Professor Azuma in the school, so she told me to go pick up the concert ticket in Yarai building as she's gonna take a while. And then told me to regroup back again at the Afro Cafe afterwards. I don't want to leave her yet, so I said no, but she just gonna left me and dry. Even so, I still waited for her like a couple of minutes, but she never came back. Man, guess I will go to Yarai building then. I mean, we will see again each other soon after this, right? Right? I went inside Yarai building and soon found out I can't get out. Then I got attacked by devils, to which some mysterious man came to save my ass, which then he used magic, turning all devils into cars and burned them away with some fire magic I have no idea about. Then I got free EXP for that. Great, now let's talk about stats. Throughout my playthrough, I find no use for alignments. You can recruit neutral and lower aligned devils, but you cannot recruit chaos aligned devils. They can only be created via devil fusion. It is great that I can use all devils unlike SMT1. Now the stats. From top to bottom in order, we have power, wisdom, magic, endurance, speed, luck. Our character can use magic, so I put all the points to power, which maxed out at 43 for me. I don't really know the reason why, but after that, I just put points in speed. Also note that the dialogues you chose to answer when you were on a date with Kumiko also affect the starting stat of your character, which will allocate points accordingly in power and speed stat or maybe balance. The mysterious man told me that this building has been changed into spirit wall and that we can't get out unless we defeat the guy who is responsible for this cause. He told me to stay with him if I want to live, although my life is not guaranteed by any means. I have no choice, so I just follow him. Then you are going to AFK farming mode for a while until mysterious man found a vampire guy called Takashi. Notice the crest behind him, which is written Tendo. Takashi mentioned about his boss telling him not to go too while collecting bloods, which apparently he did end up disobeying his boss' order, killing everyone in this building. He brags about how he can summon devils, but too bad. His opponent is this mysterious man standing beside me. He beat Takashi so easily, and Takashi swore if we were to meet with Shido, we will be dead in no time, and then fled. I'm guessing he just jumped from this building through that window. After that problem is solved, the building is back to normal again. Back at the entrance, the mysterious man complimented me as I was able to live through all the fights, but then he threatened me that I'm going to get killed if I ever say anything of today's incident to anyone. Then a woman called Ray arrived, and now we got to know that mysterious man is called Kyoji. Good thing I didn't put the username as this guy, or else it would just be a mess to say the name out loud. At least we are good for now. I'm Kyoji and he is Kyoji. Ray assured Kyoji even if I speak, no one will believe me, so she told him to let me go. Thanks Ray. I also don't want to stay near this dangerous man even a second longer. Luckily, Kyoji left first, and so would I. I can't wait to see Kumiko again, so off we go to the Afro Cafe. Before that, I suggest you familiarize yourself with Yarai Ginza, as you will be frequenting this place a lot throughout this game. Think of this as your base of operation of sorts, but most of the places will reject you as of now, so let's take a look at them again later. I went back to the Afro Cafe, but Kumiko is nowhere to be found. Is she late again? Guess I will have to wait while watching TV then. But then the news caught my eye. It appears a self-proclaimed detective called Kuzunoha Kyoji is found lying dead, and the cause of his death is unknown. You know, the mysterious man we met at the Yarai building a while ago? Yeah, he's dead. Seriously, what happened to this guy? The Afro man that remembers that Kumiko left message for me asking me to bring the ticket to a house in Hibari Kaoga, a place where high-class rich people live. No wonder why Kumiko looks like one, judging from the way she looks and dressed. Ahem. As expected of my girlfriend, of course. Too bad I had to tell her I wasn't able to get the ticket from Yarai building. All thanks to that vampire Takeshi guy. Well, can't help. Let's go to Hibari Kaoga then. On the way to Hibari Kaoga, we met with a suspicious dude whose eyes are glowing red near the construction site. He asked if I was Kuzuha Kyoji, and then he forcefully bring me inside the building. This guy standing before me is Shido Davis. We went inside the construction building and he asked if I had the book with me. You mean the one Kumiko borrowed? I told her I don't have it with me, and he decided that I have no use and he will just kill me. What the heck? But at least he understands that I don't want to die, so he is not going to kill me. Just yet. He wants me to try and escape from this building. If I can do that, he promised he will let me go. So I haul my ass out of this place like my life depends on it and ran around the building, only to find out this building too is sealed, just like Yarai building back then. Well, guess I will die then. And looks like I really died for real. Now where am I going? Heaven? Hell? Or maybe I got isekai? Which might be nice. I want to be a OP protagonist, make harem and end slavery, defeat demon law and marry his mom. My fantasy was cut short when a thing called Karon told me that I'm in Sanzu River, a boundary between life and death. And yes, he confirmed for me that I did indeed die. But since it is not yet my time, I'm not supposed to be here just yet. So Karon decided to return me back to not my body, but to another person's body. Like, why? Also, is it just me or Karon looks like King Ramses from Courage the Cowardly Dog? When I opened my eyes, I was inside some kind of surgery room. The nurses and doctors all freaked out and ran away, thinking I was some kind of zombie. Ray came in and rejoiced and told me to leave this hospital as things are going to get noisy around here soon. So she lent her soda and carried me all the way back to the detective office back at Yarai Ginza. What a nice lady. Ray's full name is Ray Reiho. She told me she has some places to go, so she left all her equipment to me as they are heavy to carry around and to keep them until she came back. She too told me my equipment are also in the storage room at the back of the office. So after she left, I went inside the room to equip myself with the things. Take 10,000 yen and now it's time to check out Yarai Ginza in this newly attained body of Kuzunoha Kyoji. Our first stop is a fortune telling shop where Marties reside. This is where you will get your commissions most of the time other than your office. She will say something about poltergeist phenomenon happening inside her room, and soon enough, the spirit of real Kuzunoha Kyoji appear and tell Marty that I'm not the real him, and then warn me not to bring any harm to his body or else he will pull me down to the hell. Chill, Kyoji, chill. Then he told me to go to the Cathedral Shadow kind of place and get the handy computer from Victor. Thanks to him, Mary now knows that we are fake and asks me to become a devil summoner in his place, whether I want to or not. Before visiting the Cathedral of Shadow, let's check the other place out. There is real estate place where you can buy bullets and guns. Most of the residents in Yarai Ginza seem to know Kuzunoha Kyoji well enough and that he is a devil summoner. I like how unseemly places like medicine shops and real estate agents sell these kind of bizarre items and weapons, just like Hollywood expect if devil summoner game were to take place in the real world. That said, I don't really find much use of guns, honestly. I feel like they are a waste of money. You can get by the game without guns, except for, let's say, 1 or 2 dungeons. Next is the clothes shop, where you can buy all of your defense equipment. The medicine shop, where you can buy healing items, ailment healing items, and all those good stuff. The antique shop, which I don't find much use in the early game, but in the late game though, it is a different story. Check these places time to time again as they update their stuff rather frequently. Now finally to the hoarder, which is actually a Cathedral Shadow in disguise. This is the place where you will be doing all of your devil fusion stuff. You are then greeted with Victor, who will then give you a handy computer as he was told to give me by Kyoji, and proceed to explain me about Devil Compendia. He will also ask me to tell him more about Zoma devils if I were to find out any new information about them. I don't have any devils with me to do any devil fusion, so I will come back later. If you haven't noticed already, I'm intentionally using the term devil instead of demons to match their title. I love keeping consistent with in-game terminologies like these. When you feel lost, you can go to bars like Innocence, which feel like a warm and friendly place, Cretaceous, a member-only bar where the Madam King Kong resides, who is said to provide massage services to her guests and only meet people in New Moon Face, or Azikia Club, where people seem to know Kuzunoha Kyoji really well and will give you some update about recent news. These are the main 3 places to go and gather information, including Redman from DDSnet. Aside from them, there is Energy Charge, where you can exchange magnetite for money or vice versa. Financing in this game is not really a problem, as you will get tons of magnetite from dungeons, so exchange them for a large sum of money. And finally, Gym, which is actually a place you can heal. Now with handy computer in hand, let's head back to Mari. She will commission you to go clean up devils in the library. You could say commission serve as a sort of gameplay loop for this game. Library is our first actual dungeon. You can judge how many floors dungeon has by checking the map, but in the late game, not so much. There is no trap in here and it is easy. Slash your way through all the devils until you reach the boss. I recruit Nahato Koburudo and Noka and fuse them into Harry Jack. Our first boss is Tsuguruma. I think he is mad that not many people read books enough in this day and age and attack us. So me and my Harry Jack keep slashing and biting till we defeat the boss. It is easy. Head back to Mary to be rewarded with 50,000 yen, which is more than enough to buy your next item upgrade. Back at the office, you will find Ray is back, although Ray seems not very fond of Mary. She then remembers that I was supposed to be meeting with Professor Azuma to act as his bodyguard and come meet with him in his house in Asahi District. This time she too will come together with me, but not before we head to Kasagi Mountain to the north of Kitagawa School, where she will perform a ritual to obtain magic. Among 3 choices, I chose Amaterasu, as I want to sweep through dungeons as fast as I can, turning brain dead mode. She then wanted to thank us for doing this for free, and like Mari, really, what's her problem with Mari? So with that, let's go meet with Professor Azuma now in Asahi District. As soon as we go near Professor Azuma's house, we find ourselves inside in another spirit world. Here, I try to use Maba magic from Ray to investigate this place, but I think just opening call to navigate is way more easy to look at than using Maba spell. When we enter the house, we are met with a familiar face again. It is Takashi. He is once again inside spirit world with the head of Shido. Surprised to see me alive, he sent out 3 devils to attack us, who looks like long leg, hand long, and horse guy. I can't fight without Harry Jack, so I had to summon it in the middle of battle with half the health. I kept using Dia because at that time I didn't know how to navigate through Ray's magic menu. Well, I'm glad I realized that quick enough early in the game. Takashi's devils were switched front row and back row, making my attacks miss and such, as you can attack devils out of your reach. But that doesn't matter, keep attacking and they will fall. Well, although you don't have to win this fight, I won it anyway. You will get 2 different dialogues depending on how the fight went. If you were still fighting for several turns, Takashi will run away, but he will accidentally trigger a bomb inside his body and blew the house. Where in other case, if you won, he will take us along with him by detonating himself and blew up the house. So yeah, either way, rest in peace Professor Azuma's house. After you made it out alive from that explosion, before you catch your breath, Police Officer Momochi will appear, judging from our current situation that we are the one who exploded the house. He seemed to be pissed enough not to listen to Ray's explanation, because we are always one step ahead of them every time. And so I am cast inside the detention cell. Good thing devils are on my side, so before he interrogates me any further, he got called for another incident occurring in Kitayama School. After he leaves, Kyoji's spirit will appear to trash talk to himself and disappear. Then another police officer will come and tell me I am not released by guarantor. When you're waiting for your guarantor to come and pick you up, you will hear some gossip from police officer that Takashi's body is nowhere to be found, which is stated by nearsighted Isono, who is the teacher guy standing next to police officer before. They don't seem to believe his words so well. Before too long, those who come to pick me up, It is Mari. I knew Mari is a good person. Ray is wrong, I'm telling you. But of course, nothing is for free. She told me she will deduct some money from my robot for the trouble she had to go through to bail me out of the cell. And also commission us to go and check Haza Inui while we are at it. You can actually not do commissions if you don't want to, but you get money, so why not? Haza Inui is a simple dungeon, nothing to talk about other than fighting boss. I grind some levels in this place for a while and go back to Cathedral Shadow to do what I will call devil crystallization, where you turn your devils into items. This option becomes available if one of your devils loyalty maxed out. Keep giving them gifts and they will max out in no time. Although in some cases you will have to bring them out in battles to raise their loyalty bar. I maxed out my heavy jack, timing into the item called Shadow Jack. This item will carry you easily through the entire early game without ever needing to change it. Equip it and use it to smash all the devils till you reach the boss again. Ray uses magic, so put points in magic stat and maybe speed later. I'm not very keen on putting points in endurance, as you will be sitting in the back row for the rest of the game spamming magic. Inside the room, you will hear the voice, and it reveals it is Inui himself. He attacks you for disturbing his sleep. It is weak to fire, so let Ray use Agi and smash them with Shadow Jack, and Inui will go down after a few turns. After that, go back to Mari to collect your robot and now to the Kitagawa school. This is a two-part dungeon split into school campus and inside the school. No problem so far, but for this school campus area, I need to go prepare some bullets to shoot these winged devils. If you see wings, just shoot them. There is a healing room on the first floor, so make use of that if you want to recruit devils or grind some level. I'm more fine with Shadow Jack, so I plow through the entire building with it. But before you enter the first research room you come to, go find another research room farther down the hallway to fight this Dr. Thrill guy. If he hits devils, and you will get a mysterious statue. After that, head into the research room before, and here we go again. It is Shito. He keeps saying it is wrong that I am alive over and over again, but ultimately come to a conclusion that he will kill me. Well, why not do that right from the beginning then? You can't really win this guy. Not really. He is killable. But you will not get EXP and the story will not change. If you can do it, then you will have to endure 8 turns just like me. He will start attacking me for a while and tell me that the fun ends here and use some kind of spell on me. Seeing it doesn't work, he freaked out and let me fight another boss, which is Shikioji, and left. As you can see, it is a paper, so panic will raise Agilao. The boss was easy, but what came next was difficult to take it. They now realize we are not real Kuzunoha Kyoji and she is now in distress. But she can go different paths now of all time, so she just decided to stick with us for the time being. Still, that doesn't mean we have gained our trust or anything, but I don't like this at all, man. We are partners, right? Come on, Ray. Once you get back, be sure to check DDSnet, and the red man will tell you about seeing Professor Azuma going in and out of Kazaki Mountain, which will be our next destination. But seriously, who is Redman anyway? Past the forest and you will find a lone house standing on the Kazaki Mountain, where Professor Azuma lives. He looks like some sick man who is about to cough at any moment with a hairstyle like Orochi Iori from King of Fighter. He freaked out for a moment, but he calms himself down and apologized to us that he has been on the run for quite a while now when Kyoji died, thinking he will be next on the list. Also apologized for not being at home just as he promised to meet with Kyoji before he died. So Ray told me his house had been blown into pieces as good news, and hearing that, he mourns for his research materials which were all burned in the flame, and then proceed to tell us about something before he might get killed. It is about the backstory of Hirasaki City. Apparently, in the ancient time, there exists a powerful Yamato dynasty where a small country will either have to abide by Yamato dynasty will to live in peace or fight them to liberate themselves from their chains. The small country from Shin dynasty decide to fight them using magic and summoning devils, overwhelming the great army of Yamato dynasty. But then the young princess Inaruna got abducted, which leads to her getting executed in unspeakable manners. Her rage was so great, she turned into a powerful, vengeful spirit and was sealed away for good in this very land in Hirasaki City. Just when he was about to do research on the sea location, he had to stop as he felt his life could be in danger after Kyoji was killed. But luckily, there is still notes taken by him about seas, which is now left inside the book, just as it is inside the library, which just happened to be the book that Kumiko borrowed that day when we went on date with her. We can't really wait for Professor Azuma to remember what was written in the memo now, can we? When we arrived in Hibari Gaoga, it was too late. We entered into the spirit world around Kumiko's house, which can only mean one thing. Shido was here. I swear I am going to kill that man next time I see him, and kill him twice if he harmed my Kumiko. My rage at that time might even be greater than Inaruna. As soon as I made it out of spirit world, I was ready to smash Tsutori Gesu and Tsutori Goi into smithereens. They are also weak to fire, so Ray, do your thing. Burn them down to ashes. They say they will buy time on Shido, so I beat this boss in 2 turns. Now all that left is to go save Kumiko. Oh, Kumiko? Wait, Takashi? He brought Kumiko back to us and then left. We think she felt Kyoji's spirit in Takashi's body and went to chase after him, telling me to wait back in the office. Kumiko's parents seem to have called police officer Kumomochi, so here we go again. But this time, he don't think we are the one behind abduction, as Kumiko is back safe and sound. Okay, so it has been long since I see Kumiko, so I was eager to talk with her again, but she only sees me as Kyoji. Oh yeah, I'm in Kyoji's body now, am I? She says she still yearns for her friend Kyoji, who is still unconscious back in Seaside Hospital, and just left. Guess we'll have to part away for now. It was a painful moment for me. How I have been wanting to see you again, Kumiko, just for this to happen. Stupid Karon, you should have sent me back to my real body and not Kyoji's one. But I will keep my mourning for that another day, as Deva will not wait for me. I still have to do commissions and Deva summonings to do so. Let's get back to the office to regroup with Ray. To add salt to injury, they told me Takashi should prove to be more useful than me. Ignoring my feelings, she continued to tell me a theory about seas. She thinks seas location has to do something with cities' redevelopment plans, where buildings are getting demolished and construction are being halted. She suggests we collect more information of sea location. So with that, let's visit Mari again to see what she has to offer. And guess what? She has a commission for me to do, and it is to go to Kazaki Villa and clean up some devils. As you can see, I am having a great time recruiting devils one after another. The devil negotiation in this game is actually very unique, with each devil differing greatly from one to another, with different personalities. Although answers become more obvious as you get into late games where devil negotiation becomes still repetitive. Early devils provide better negotiation experience, you can say angels are easiest to recruit. Just tell them to borrow their strengths to you and you are good to go. And also remember to always put them on the pedestal, as they hate being looked down by humans. Be respectful to devils who look older than you. For female devils, you know what to do. Flirt with them. Sometimes Ray will even interact during my negotiation with female devils. There is also a time when I flirt with female devils so hard I got all my equipment torn away. You need to re-equip them when that happens. I almost died a couple of times because I keep forgetting to re-equip them. If you were able to reach the part where devil asks you for something, congratulations. There is only a little more you need to do before devils will be yours. You can give money, gift, and magnetite. There is actually a formula for this. For money, you need to multiply devil's level by 100 and give that amount. And for magnetite, multiply the devil's level by 10. If you give them too much or too little, they will get angry and attack you. I managed to recruit almost every devil by giving 1000 magnetite in late game. Sometimes they will still refuse you, but don't give up and keep talking to them, and eventually they will agree to join your team. There is no better feeling than recruiting all devils that are negotiable in dungeon you are in right now, and then fusing them into stronger devils back at the Cathedral of Shadow and wipe out the entire dungeon again with newly fused devils. Oh, and you can recruit Dark Alliance devils. They can only be recruited via fusion. To sum everything up, devil negotiation feel really earned. I generally feel happy every time devils agree to join our team. Soon enough, you will reach the boss Ki Kashiyama, who wants to fight because we don't understand art. For this fight, I have Iku Dinigi and Oshida-sama. Beat the angles quick and then Kashiyama. Read your rewards from Mari and head back inside the office to see Mari again. What the hell, leave me alone for a second, Mari. This time we need to go to Hikawa Shrine, as there appears to be some kind of cause taking place in the construction site there, injuring the worker. Alright, guess we will go there. Pass through yet another forest and you will reach Hikawa Shrine. There you will meet with Susano, who is an enshrined deity. He said one sea after another is being destroyed, making the sea power weaken, and it also affects him. So now he can only do so much as to create causes to warn us about seas weakening. Just as he was going to tell us about something very important, he disappeared. Well, that could only mean another sea has been destroyed, huh? I mean, why bother introducing yourself if you know you could disappear at any moment? He just gave me the information we already know, and now we are back to square one again. Pay your reward, and let's go back to office and use DDS net this time. Redman should surely have something useful to tell us, right? And he does actually. He tells me to go check the museum near Seaside Park. Before I go to the museum, I try exploring the sewer to see what's up with it. I made it to the 5th floor, and right when I see no com zone, I freaked out and just climbed all the way back with tails between my legs. It's an optional area for now, and I'm not risking my sanity for it. I still love myself, you know. Well then, museum it is. But you can't enter the museum as it is closed right now. But you can't really enter the museum just yet as it is closed. So let's recommend to hack the museum door so we can enter. And actually we can now. Huh, like, who is this guy anyway? Inside the museum, we have a moment with Ray telling me another theory of her, which only further reinforces the idea of people of higher authority might have something to do with breaking seas. But then, when we go up the 2nd floor, Ray will get petrified by Dantarian, saying it will take Ray with him to add to his collection. Not once, but twice. I'm not going to let any woman take it from me anymore, devils. So I collect stuff that are displayed throughout the dungeon, which can be used to sell to get large sum of money or use it against the boss. You will find Ray as a statue in one room, and somehow you can hear our words coming through the statue. I know, right? Crazy. So now the boss. Throw the item you pick up throughout the dungeons at it, which will delay him 3 turns. So beating up in those turns, it was an easy boss. So far my playthrough has been proceeding very smoothly. Now all that left is to go save Ray from petrification. Doing so, Ray will start trusting you even more than her precious partner Kyoji, as she is sure that he will love her like this and like me. Well, I guess I have to thank Stantarian for this, huh? And with that, Ray and I are on good terms again, so let's get back to the Yarai Ginza, shall we? I was talking to people around and I found that the name Thorman is mentioned on TV inside Afro Cafe. I don't know it is canon or not, but it is cool nonetheless. And also, because of that news, I now know that American Army also exists here in Hirasaki City, which I would be expecting it to appear anytime soon. And also, this is the last time we will be communicating with Redman on TDSnet. From this point onward, it has no more use, so goodbye Redman. I don't know who you are, but you were cool. Back at Yarai Ginza, go meet with Madam Gingo. You don't need to be on New Moon Face to talk to her anymore from this point onward. She commissioned you to go clean up some devils in East Asia TV. Now we are officially in the late game. There are pitfalls and teleports in this dungeon, and it's 2-part dungeon. Before you head to another part of the dungeon, find Power Room, and inside you will have to fight with Yuria, the super idol, Speedy, the superstar, and Mikia, who is a depressed, obese spirit. She committed suicide because she gained weight. Okay. Defeating them will weaken the next boss we will to face in Radio Tower, which is the next part of the dungeon. So before we explore the Radio Tower, I decided to make a weapon called Kusanagi no Tsurugi, which can carry you entirely for the rest of the game, although there are still 2 more powerful swords than this. So the way to do is to use the sword you find in this dungeon, catch your ocean, fuse it with Victor via sword fusion, and you will get Zenkan Kin. Fuse it with Ogun to make Gokai Shiensen. And if you are level 47 by this point, create Shoki, and then fuse it with Gokai Shiensen and get Kusanagi no Tsurugi. Slashing the devils with it create a special effect. With that sword, the entire dungeon becomes a breeze. Every devil go down in one hit, and because I beat the 3 idiots from East Asian TV, the boss Oregon Ghost in Radio Tower go down in just one hit. And we are done with this dungeon. After that, Madam Gingo will be happy that you saved the people from the TV station. Mary will commission you to go save the police station this time. The game is picking up pace rather quickly, making me hop dungeon from one to another with no breaks in between. In the police station, you will meet with Isono, aka the t-shirt guy. He looks like an idiot from the first glance, but he is actually a good guy. He says Momoji got detained for no justifiable reason, so he is going to try and go save him, but devils are all over the place, so he has Mary to ask for Devil Summoner to come clean up the mess for 100,000 yen. Poor guy, his savings from winning the horse race are all gone in an instant. If Mary is taking 10,000 yen per commission, why am I getting only 50,000 yen? I should get like 80% cut if I'm being honest, Mary. Now I know why Ray don't like Mary at all. NPC here will tell you about teleports which change where you land depending on the direction you enter from, and also about one-way doors. Same thing, it is Japanese Defense Force duty to deal with these kind of things instead of police. Well, I'm here, so why need them now? Down in the basement, you will have to go through a dark room to go save Momoji. He finally now realized I am not a normal person, and he tells me how he ended up in the cell. It appears their police chief stopped everyone from investigating any further into devil incidents. And knowing Momoji, he didn't follow the police chief order, so he got thrown into the cell. He suggests I defeat police chief so that devil will appear along with that guy, and then he left the cell. Right, so even police chief is involved in devil incidents. It is a short dungeon except the dark room. Climb to the topmost floor quick to beat the police chief once and for all. He starts sprouting meaningless stuff, and when you get to the most juicier part about what will happen after all C has been broken, just like that Susanoo guy from before, he just stopped. Again with Kusanagi no Tsurugi and Megiddo from Ray, it took me 2 times to absolutely obliterate this horse devil, Kubanda. Now with that police station is safe, go back to Mari to claim your reward. Talk around in Yarai Ginza a bit and you will find out something is happening in Chinatown, so let's go see Mari. She will commission you again to go clean some devil ass in Chinatown. Ah yes, Chinatown. Up until this point, I have been recruiting all devils available in this dungeon, but this dungeon, I just want to leave this place as fast as I can, let alone recruiting all devils. I literally got a headache when I was navigating through this dungeon. Unlike other dungeons, you will not know if you trigger the teleport or not because there is no sound. I had to double check if my audio was working or not. And also, you have to enter the teleport from a specific direction in order to reach the boss. So the boss this time is Kensei Teikun, but in Sega Saturn it has different name for this boss. He doesn't provide me any context, he just wants to fight, so I defeat this guy in yet another 2 turns. It appears this guy turned into a bad guy because of the evil energy emitting from the Vengeful Spirit of Inaruna. He says he will lend his power to me if I wanted to revive him again. So I'm assuming I can shoot this guy from this point onward. Good thing Chinatown is back to normal again, so now we can go visit the client's restaurant who goes by the name Chin. He thanks us for saving the town and he seems very well acquainted with Mari too. Then he introduced Colonel Cooper Smith from US Forces. Cooper Smith then invited me to come and look at their secret weapon, as thanks for saving his good old friend Chin. In order to access it, he will give you the ID card and now you can go to visit Cooper Smith through the sewer if you want to. You will now notice people are losing trust in the police after that incident, and they are also worried that police and Tendo clans are interconnected with each other somehow. Back in the office, Ray will finally come with a decent theory to pinpoint the next location we need to investigate. After connecting every places we have visited so far, it found a star formation, leaving only Tento Tenyama mansion and Hibari Gaoga. Once we reach the mansion, Takashi will appear for a moment and open the door for us, and then left. Thanks I guess. This dungeon is also a pain in the ass to navigate. You got an entire level of no comp zone with ever-changing teleports. This no comp zone made me want to cry. What did I ever do to deserve this level, man? Well, I need to prepare to suffer right when I've decided to play a Mega Tank game, That's what I get for being a newcomer to this game, I guess. So, the boss of this dungeon is no other than Tanyama himself. It appears this Tama guy wasn't like that before, according to NPCs in this dungeon. He soon becomes obsessed with immortality and became a vampire, giving power to guy like Takashi to let them go gather blood for him. He looks like Mishima from Tekken, not gonna lie. At least that's what he looks like to me anyway. Tayama attack actually knocks some of my devil out in 2 hits, so we could say he is fairly stronger than the rest I have fought so far, even though it took me a whooping 4 times to defeat this guy. After being defeated, Shido appears once again to trash out this poor guy before he died, telling him that he is not used for the organization anymore as he has done his part already and just left him to death without finishing him. Back at the office, we have an unusual client visiting us this time. It's Kumiko's parents. Well, guess what? Kumiko got kidnapped. What's more, it was Shido again. That guy is relentless. Sure, I want to go see Kumiko right away, but there's no clue at the moment where else to find her, so let's go gather information around Yarai Ginza. We got some clues from the Innocent Cafe that there is something suspicious going on in the new city hall, and also people seem to find new city hall strange because, well, it was built recently and it is built very huge for some reason, which is more than enough reason to go check this place out now. Before that, let me try messing around with Zoma Devils. Yeah, remember the mysterious statue I got from Dr. 3 way back in Kitayama High School? You can use that statue to create Zoma Devils, which are like man-made devils that have maxed out loyalty, and it doesn't cost you any magnetite to summon them, and they are basically free team member to use. Zoma Devils can inherit move with devils they are fused with. If you are smart with it, you can create Zoma Devil of your own desire. Fuse the statue with whatever devil you want to create Xie. Keep fusing Xie to level 55 by fusing with devils which are higher level than Xie. It will get more and more difficult to level up as Xie comes close to 50 plus level, as you will need progressively higher level devils to fuse Xie to level him up, or else it could result in leveling down instead of leveling up. Now to the new city hall. This dungeon is huge. There's every trap available in the game, so I did the usual thing like checking how many floors it has by using comp and find out it has 60 floors. I freaked out for a moment, but thank God it is actually 12 floors cause it goes up 5 floors every time I ascend. The whole dungeon took me around 1 hour, including recruiting all devils and the boss fight. Although long, I feel earned after clearing this dungeon. It felt pretty good to be this kind of somewhat balanced yet difficult dungeon, unlike Chinatown, which exists just to make you suffer brain damage. On the 55th floor, you will meet with Miya Fujiwara, who keep begging for his life. Man, these characters should stop freaking out every time they see me. Then he tell me that he was just doing what Diet member Yamajiro tell him to do, and he even reveals his location that he is in City Council Diet building to do rituals and stuff. We decided to leave this Fujiwara guy for now since he gave me the key to enter the Diet building. Okay, now is finally the time. It is Shido again and Fujiwara, whose name have been dropping here and there since the beginning of the game from news and from NPCs. And now we know that he is the one behind all these devil incidents all along. At least there is a build-up to this fight. It appears Fujiwara is supposed to be the head of the organization. I'm not sure, but considering even Shido speaks his name in honorific, I think I'm correct. Yamajiro orders Shido to go to the fourth spirit world to torture Kumiko's soul into telling the location of the book with the memo in it, which hold the final clue to accomplishing their plan. Then Shido took Kumiko into fourth spirit world, Yamajiro changed into a Temi Urukotsu and the fight begins. This boss is strong, watch out for the daring attack. It can paralyze all of your front row members, so get your disparalyze ready, cause you will need it for this fight. It also uses multi-targeting almighty attack, but once your devils are dead, it's not much of a threat anymore. So use your devil as glass cannon until they die. Keep up your attack and heals, and it should go down. After we defeat the boss, Ray will tell you to go follow Shido into the Force Spirit Wall to save Kumiko. But you will have to stay here to keep the portal open for me to go in and out from the dungeon. You cannot use Calm nor Torres door in this dungeon, and it is small, but the dungeon loops, so if you go not far enough, you will end up in the south on the other side of the map. Also, there are teleporters too. Devils like Double Ganga and Ezu are annoying, but good thing they only appear in this dungeon. And also, don't bother recruiting any devils in this dungeon, all of them are not recruitable. I was dreading to go solo for this dungeon, but luckily look who's here. It's the man himself, Kyoji. Here we got confirmed that Kyoji indeed was using Takashi's body to move around in the real world, and he is going to team up with us for now since both of our goal is in align. We are going to beat the living crap out of Shido, him for personal reason and I for Kumiko. You will get Kyoji's equipment shortly before you leave the first room, so don't forget to equip them. You can summon devils before you enter this dungeon, so do that. Although you can summon devils too by using Sabbath magic from Kyoji. Shido is at the end of the dungeon. He is trying to get the location of the book out of Kumiko, but still he refused to go rough on ladies no matter what. Well, you got a W for that one, Shido. Then he noticed me and Kyoji standing behind him, listening to all the gibberish he's talking about, and declare he will kill both of us together here and now. But not before trash talking Demiuro goes to that he is no use for the organization and stuff. Yeah, talk after he is dead, Shido. There's nothing interesting about Shido boss fight. Trade blow with him until Shido die, and that's about it. And then Shido will do his usual Shido thing before he runs away. Just die for real already, Shido. Now I can finally talk with Kumiko. She now seems to recognize me as her friend Kyoji, and how she was in distress when she heard I won't make it anymore. After I was gone, she finally understood her feeling for me. Then she reveals the location of the book. She tells me to go to the Quan Locker in Yarai Ginza, where the book was kept, and just as he was about to reveal the code, only managing to say the code is her birthday. Like I know your birthday, Kumiko. I don't know about you guys, but I feel Attack on Titan Season 3 basement vibe from this Quan Locker thing. Kyoji will comment that Kumiko's soul might have been returned to the real world by Shido, and now we need to return back to the surface and go save Kumiko. But then Kyoji told me to stay here and that he will return to his own body now. Well, if that's the situation, then I'm as good as dead without a body to return to, so I guess I'm dead for real this time, huh? Karon, it's been a while. He told me this time that I am allowed to cross the Sansu River and pass over to the next line, which is to the hell, mind you. Hey, I be doing good things only, so why hell? And not any hell actually. I went to the lowest level of all hell, the RVG hell. When all things bad lost, I remember Kumiko's face again, which is more than enough to get out of this hell. I will do whatever it takes to see her one more time again. Nothing's gonna stop me, not even RVG hell. This dungeon is short and spicy with tons of teleporters, but now you can use your comp. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Devils here will tell you when people live down here long enough, they will turn into devils like them. If you make it to the end of the hell, you will meet with Karon again at the Sansu River. He will then ask if you want to regain your body back. Answer no, or else you will have to start the dungeon again. He will then proceed to tell me the true reason behind me becoming a devil summoner. So when Kyoji was killed by Shido, his spirit was still in the Force Spirit Wall, and conveniently I died right after him back to back, so my spirit is basically free to use at that moment. Be anybody return back to his body because of Shido magic in order for Devil Summoner to keep existing in the real world. Karon then put my spirit in Kyoji as he was told, and that's how everything begins. Karon did apologize me that I did actually become a sacrifice, but I am actually grateful that I was able to obtain this power and use them to save Kumiko. At least not now, but soon enough. And maybe Hirasaki City too, I guess. Haru then allowed me to go back to the real world, and then he calls Kyoji's spirit, who seemed to be busy getting back to his real body. But you can't do that anymore since he has been away from his body for too long, so he has no choice but to give up once and for all. And Kyoji seems to notice that too, so he went silent. I feel bad for Kyoji, honestly. Still, I had to return back to the real world to save Kumiko and set a score with Shido for me and for Kyoji too. But for now, this is goodbye Kyoji, and you too, Karon. Hope I don't meet you again. Like, for real. Finally, a breath of fresh air. I am back in the real world. It is nice to be alive again, isn't it, Ray? Ray was worried sick that I might not return back ever again and tell me that so many things had happened while I was in Fourth Spirit World and that Kumiko has been taken somewhere. I felt nostalgic when she decided to give her shoulder to me and carry me back to the office just like the start of the game. And as we were returning back to the office, she says jokingly that she has returned my favor for saving her at the museum. Honestly, it was a cute moment between these two characters. Back at the office, with the only clue that the book is in the coin locker, I went there and put our birthday date. The answer is 0130. And there is it, the book. And the memo reads as follows: from the hills where birds fly high in the sky to the depth of the earth, turn the stone plague and let the water drain out. Why would you write memo like a puzzle, Professor Azuma? Imagine the city being destroyed just because I wasn't able to figure out the puzzle that Professor Azuma wrote. The only thing I could figure out was to the depth of the earth, which could only mean sewer, and there has to be something I need to do regarding the thieves. Okay, now where can I find Kumiko? Ask around and you will find most people are preparing to leave this city, including Mari. This young lady in blue clothes will tell you Kumiko was seen hanging out with a man in black suit in Riverside Park, and that she has a bad taste in men, as she too was hanging out with a lame guy before too. Which, just so you know, is definitely not me. I'm a cool ass devil summoner. Before we go to the Riverside Park though, I have another high level devil to level up my shield, and my character's level is now 60+. Let's do some Zoma devil fusion. Combine Prometheus, Undini, and Salamandra to obtain Hachiman. Use it with your level 55 shield to get Yoshizune. This guy will also carry you for the rest of the game with his Haso Tobi attack, which hit multiple times and can inflict great damage. Complete your team later with Thor, who too hit multiple times, and you got a machine gun team. Back to the seaside park. There you will see Shito again, holding Kumiko as a captive, assuring he hasn't hurt Kumiko yet. He asked me if I have attained the book now, and if so, he will ask that I do what the memo said to do instead of doing himself. Smart move right there, Shido. And Kumiko will be free inside the depth of the Riverside Park. He asks me to hurry up as he won't guarantee Kumiko's safety if I took too long. Now it's time for the sewers. This area is kinda like a Tartarus level from Persona 5. You can recruit devils you made from previous dungeon if you want, fight with Devil Basta or fight with Dr. 3, who progressively got stronger and stronger as you beat him, or you can just fight him now with his strongest Zoma devil, which I did and I got my ass whooped so hard, I just gave up. The reason being, you see, while I was writing this script, I realized these arrows are actually expandable and from here I can choose whichever attack I like. Not knowing that, although having Yoshizune on my team, I could only get him to use trashy moves like lowering defense or rising defense. If I knew this while I was playing, the late game battles would actually might have been a lot easier, and I might actually have beaten Dr. 3's with Hustle Tobi right here. After you reach the barrier chamber, pull out the plaque and water will start pouring down. I don't know what that does, but for now I'm doing what the memo says, so let's go meet Shido in the depths of the Riverside Park. Shido tells us that a way to the ancient barrier mound has been opened, and as promised, he let Kumiko free. Kumiko then started acting strange, saying a spirit inside the ancient barrier mound has been calling to her and left. Shido then laughed as if this was all according to his plan all along and followed Kumiko into the ancient barrier mound. You will momentarily leave the map, so don't be confused. The next dungeon is actually the place you came out of from, so go inside again. As for me, I got lost in this section for a bit, trying to find the entrance to the dungeon. Ancient Barrier Mound is the last dungeon of this game. Sort of, but we'll get to it later. This dungeon have pitfall and teleporters, but there is no calm zone or dark rooms. Yay! But the devil here will beat your ass if you are unprepared. Prepare these stones and these paralyzers. Get equipment which can negate Mudo spells. Definitely equip Karaji no Yoroi, which you will find in this dungeon to protagonists, which will protect you from both Mudo and stone turning spells. Devils are the biggest threat of the dungeon, honestly. For my final team, I decided on using Yamata no Orochi and Thor, and I will use Yoshizune instead of Yamata no Orochi if only I knew I can use the move Hasotobi. To open the door to the final boss, you need to defeat two devils who got the barrier chamber, O Magasuhi and Yasu Magasuhi. Yasu Magasuhi is simple, just beat this guy with sword and heat if needed, but O Magasuhi is one thing. This guy is fast and he hit like a truck, so I had to resort to anti-handle method using Kingyo-fu, which will reflect physical attack for one turn. I realized my team is not really scaling well in this battle. I'm still using Kusanagi no Tsurugi since from the mid-game and raise Megiddo spell, minus Yoshizune. Here you can choose to either face the final boss or do an extra dungeon, which is now available to explore down in the sewer to face with extra bosses. They are optional and you can only clear them now as the game does not have New Game Plus mode. I was scratching my head whether to continue or grind some levels and get my sword upgraded because of my previous fight with Omakazuhi. So I said screw it and went inside severely unprepared with balls made of steel. Inside there, Kumiko is already in the process of serving a vessel for Inaruna to reincarnate through her, as Kumiko appeared to be the direct descendant of Inaruna herself. Shido says when Inaruna revives, their organization's plan will be complete and destroy the entire city. Shido then transforms into Giga Chet Shido and we got to fight him one last time. I use whatever devil I have in my arsenal and throw whatever I can at him, and down goes our Shido. He compliments us that we got stronger, but we are helpless in the presence of vengeful spirit of Inaruna and die. Finally, rest in peace Shido. Oh, and by the way, you were useless to your organization too, just like the other guys. Now we got to fight with Inaruna right after we finish our business with Shido. It is a two-phase boss fight. The first round was rather simple, and I was surprised I can also freeze her. I wasn't expecting status element to work on final boss. Keep attacking and she will fall. After that, second phase will start. This round is kinda problematic. She can avoid attacks and hit like a trap. I thought I was definitely gonna lose, but then I remember something. If she hits like a truck, then all I have to do is make that truck hit herself. I throw away my beloved Kusanagi no Tsurugi and use Kingyo-fu to reflect her physical attacks back to her, and only then I can hit her back with a decent damage. I might have just hurt my main character's pride at that moment, but oh well. I managed to beat the boss in the end and that's all it matters. Inaruna will talk you through Kumiko, thanking you for bringing her back to sense again and left her body. Kumiko will thank you and tells you that this is not goodbye and she hopes to see you again soon. Takashi, aka Kyoji, will appear, asks jokingly how was the breakup with Kumiko. Kyoji will tell you that he will keep using Takashi's body for now and then he managed to find another body which he can take over and live in the real world to start a new life for now. And also, he jokingly say he will bring me to RPG hell if I try anything funny with his body. It's not really something to joke about, Kyoji. And finally, my greatest partner of all time, Rei. He asked me how she could call me from now on, and I answered Kuzunoha Kyoji. She then greets me once again, saying she is really Reiho and the game and saying, thus, the great destruction that was to hit the city of Hirasaki was prevented, and the Devil Summoner was born. Phew, what a game it was. I play Megaten games in order to enjoy music, atmosphere and characters, and what can I say, this game nails in every category. I enjoyed it from start to finish, no complaints. This is a great game overall and I would love to play more Megaten games in the future. What would you guys want to see next? I don't mind playing another Japanese exclusive Megaten games. I'd like to make more videos about games in the future, so if you have any suggestions, even other than Megaten games, leave a comment down below. If you like Kumiko, leave a like, or if you like Ray, subscribe. As always, have a great day. I'm Witty Monster and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.